My name is Jeff Keplar. I'm a director with Google Cloud. When you think of the payments industry, what comes to mind? Growth, transformation, fintechs, ecosystem, disruption, digital, transactions, consumers, merchants, networks, scale, secure. When the payments industry thinks of Google, what do they say? Digital native, security, data at scale, AI and machine learning, global network, innovation, analytics. They care even more about how Google solves. For search, for maps, for mobile computing, for digital advertising, for digital payments. They see Google's software engineering, and Google Cloud is the vehicle for that delivery. The global pandemic accelerated the current trends in payments. To get a first-hand industry point of view, Google's Aser Blanco sat down with Cameron Brady, president of a leading worldwide provider of payment technology and Google Cloud customer, Global Payments.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm here with Cameron Brady, President and Chief Operating Officer of Global Payments. Cameron is a seasoned executive with 30 years of experience across multiple industries. Prior to his current role, he served as CFO of Global Payments and was instrumental in the biggest acquisition in the company's history. Of course, I'm talking about the 2019 acquisition of theSys. Cameron, thank you so much for being here today with me. It is a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be with you, and I very much appreciate the invitation and, of course, the kind introduction.
You know, over the past 20 years, the payments industry has not only been one of the fastest growing subverticals from a revenue perspective, but it's also been favored by the markets with valuations that banks and insurance companies can only dream of. Personally, I'm not expecting that trend to change anytime soon. So let's start talking about the industry. In your opinion, what do you think are the most exciting trends in payments now and over the next years?
Well, sir, I think you're absolutely right. First of all, the trends we've seen over the last 20 years have really driven the growth in this industry, have only really accelerated over the course of the last couple of years, in particular during the course of the pandemic that we've all been living through now for over a year. So those trends have no end in sight. And obviously, the predominant trend that's driving growth in our business is the digitization of payments. The movement from more paper-based forms of commerce to digital forms of commerce is really a secular tailwind that has driven a tremendous amount of growth across our industry and will continue to drive growth in our industry over many years to come.
So you see, like we talk about different types of payment, digitalization, and all of us can relate to those things. Like we've seen it. 2020 was the year with all of us experienced that, right? And at the heart of all of this, we have the merchants. And I know the merchants are key to your business, and they were massively impacted by the pandemic. Now they are facing increasing pressure to respond to all that acceleration of digital adoption. So how is global payments helping merchants today?
Yeah, it's a really great question, sir. And I'd start by saying there's some key trends that we're seeing with merchant customers and have been for quite some time that are really driving the business. And some of those obviously have accelerated massively over the course of the last year during the pandemic. But there's a few things I would call out in particular that we've really been focusing on as a business and really aligning our strategies around over the last several years. The first is the verticalization of the market. More and more our customers, who predominantly here in the US are small to medium-sized customers, are looking for more vertically tailored solutions. They want solutions that are really geared towards their business, that are fluent in how they run their business every single day, and allow for very seamless engagement with their consumers. The second thing we've seen as a broad trend is just more omni-channel engagement and enablement. Even those vertical markets that have historically been predominantly face-to-face now need an omni-channel strategy. Our customers, who are merchants again, want to be able to meet their consumers how and where they want to be met, whether it's face-to-face, online, or mobile. And our businesses now are looking for more omni-channel solutions to meet the needs of their customers. The third is our customers are looking for us to deliver more what I characterize as commerce enablement solutions. It's no longer good enough as a payments provider for us to be able to process a digital payment for a customer. Our customers want more capability wrapped around that transaction to help them drive more commerce in their business or run their businesses more efficiently. And that's been a really important part of how we've been able to grow our business over the last several years. And I would say, lastly, and this is the trend that's been most accelerated by the pandemic, is this demand for what we call safer commerce solutions. I don't know about you, but I haven't gone to an ATM machine in over a year. And these technology trends that have been really accelerated by the pandemic, people just aren't going to go backwards. So now our customers demand the ability to allow their consumers to pay with mobile, to pay by link, to pay by QR code. These safer forms of commerce that don't require me to hand anything over to someone else for them to touch it, or for me to touch cash that who knows where that's been over the course of time. Those types of safer commerce solutions have really been accelerated during the course of the pandemic, and I expect that trend to continue for a long period of time. And of course, we at Global Payments have been working very hard to equip our customers with all of those capabilities over the course of the last year. And those are trends that really led to us having unprecedented levels of new sales last year, even in the midst of a very challenging macro environment.
It's like one of my favorite sayings is a crisis is a horrible thing to waste. And I look at you guys, and clearly you guys were ready, or at least you adapted as quick as you can to be ready to capitalize on everything that was happening. So kudos to you. Fantastic job. So let's keep talking actually a little bit about the future then for a small business, for merchant services, right? What they should expect to see in the future. How are you going to keep helping them going forward?
Yeah, we've obviously worked very hard to equip our merchants with all the tools and capabilities they need to survive, and in some cases even thrive in the midst of the pandemic. And those are the exact same things we're going to continue to do going forward. So just a few examples that I'd like to highlight. Number one, we move very quickly to move our customers to an omni-channel environment. Restaurants are a great example of this. We have a number of restaurant customers who actually did more volume in the midst of the pandemic than they did when they used to just be an in-person, in-seating, or in-dining sort of environment. They moved to fully takeout or delivery and did twice the volume that they did historically. And we equipped them to do that, not only with the tools that they need to be able to take orders and accept orders digitally, but also allow their customers to pay for those orders digitally and integrate with the delivery platforms to be able to drive and support their business during a very challenging time. The other thing we've been doing, as I mentioned before, is enabling these no contact commerce solutions for our customers. Those were some of the biggest demand solutions that we have during the course of the pandemic, and we're continue to see very strong trends around that as well. Another couple of things we've done that I think are really interesting is we also own vertical market software solutions in key vertical markets in the US. A couple examples would be healthcare, and then in enterprise QSR restaurants. So in healthcare, we equipped 1.5 million telemedicine visits in 2020 using our software platform that supports small to medium-sized healthcare practitioners throughout the US market. In our enterprise QSR space, we equipped over 100 million omni transactions for a total of $1.5 billion of volume in 2020 by allowing our enterprise QSR customers to be able to take orders and deliver orders in an omni-channel environment. In 2021 alone, we've done 70 million transactions and $1 billion volume year to date through April. So that is a trend, as you can see, continues to accelerate even on the heels of recovery from the pandemic. So as we move forward, we're going to continue to deliver these types of innovative commerce solutions to our customers. And of course, our new partnership with Google Cloud is critical to our ability to continue to do that at scale globally over the course of time.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because we announced back in around February, how time is hard to just track now in the COVID days. But around February, we announced the new partnership between Global Payments and Google Cloud. And the idea was reimagine digital payments. We talk about product development, innovation, rethinking merchant services. And I have to say, I get questions all the time about what we are doing together. So I'm sure the audience right now will love to hear it from you. What can we expect from this partnership?
Sure. Well, let me just start by saying we're delighted to be partnering with Google in this way. It's a critical part of how we think about our business strategically over the coming years. And, from my perspective, we could not ask for a better partner in Google. And I'm not getting paid to advertise that. That's my honest opinion. We couldn't ask for a better partner with Google and someone that is as aligned with global payments in terms of how we view the market and how we think about the use of technology to support, again, predominantly small to medium sized businesses with our tools and capabilities. So if we step back and think about the partnership, there's really four key elements to it. One, there's a co-innovation, product development, or co-development relationship that we'll have with Google. And I'll dig into that in a couple of minutes. But the idea behind that is together, we will work with Google to innovate new products and capabilities that are really designed to help our merchant customers run and grow their businesses more efficiently. So we want to create new products and solutions that drive more top of funnel opportunities for our customers, as well as those capabilities to allow them to run their businesses more efficiently and more effectively utilizing technology. The second part of the partnership is a joint go-to-market or co-sell relationship where we will jointly go to market with Google to sell our merchant solutions that will be running on the Google Cloud environment, selling those into all different types of customer sizes, leveraging the strength of Google relationships and Google sales professionals, and obviously the capabilities of global payments to provide merchant solutions to those customers. The third, and we're very proud of this, is Google will become a customer of ours. They'll leverage our merchant acquiring capabilities to drive their own payment needs in different markets around the globe. And since our technologies will be running on the Google Cloud environment, it's a little bit of Google eating their own cooking, so to speak, and utilizing the technologies running in the Google Cloud to support their own payment requirements. And of course, that's a good segue to the fourth element of the partnership, which is through this relationship, we will migrate much of our today on-premise applications and workload that supports our merchant acquiring business to the Google Cloud environment over the course of the next several years, which will, of course, drive meaningful opportunities for us to create efficiencies in our business, have more scale, be able to deploy and innovate more rapidly new technology and capabilities around the globe. So we're tremendously excited about the partnership and really look forward to what we can do together over the coming years.
Thank you for those kind words, Cameron, and we are equally excited about it. There was a lot of work to make it happen, and we were thrilled that we got it to a good place. So that brings us back, I think, a little bit to one of my favorite topics, that is merchants. Then, so under these partnerships, what you guys are cooking? What can merchants expect to see in the future coming up from this?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and I really want to focus on this idea of co-innovation as well as where we're going to start our relationship with Google. And as part of the partnership, we're going to integrate Google applications into our digital portal environment with our own value-added services to deliver our merchant customers one-stop shopping, so to speak, single sign-on capability to access a full suite of products and capabilities, some from Google, some from Global Payments, to again run and grow their business. We have a really intense focus on what we call commerce enablement for our customers. We want to democratize all the technology solutions that used to only be available to only the largest enterprise customers that help those businesses run and grow more efficiently. We want to democratize those down to the small and medium end of the market. And we think our partnership with Google will be critical for allowing us to do that. So initially, we're going to integrate Google My Business, Google Workspace, and Google Ads into our digital portal environment, again, with our own value-added solutions. This will allow our customers through our digital portal to be able to conduct email marketing, to run advertising campaigns, to manage their online presence and reputation. They'll also have access to a variety of different solutions that we can bring to bear, including loyalty, reward programs, access to capital, even streamlining their payroll and human capital management technology capabilities through our platforms. And of course, payments naturally will be accessed through this digital portal environment. So we're really excited about the initial prospects of what we can do with Google and integrating these solutions together to, again, help our customers run and grow their business. But as we innovate new products and capabilities, again, we'll be integrating them into the same digital portal environment, working with our partners at Google to drive new innovation in the market. Again, all with an eye towards how do we drive more revenue growth opportunities for our customers and how do we help them run their businesses more efficiently, particularly during these challenging times coming out of the pandemic.
Sadly, I think we've run out of time. It's been absolutely fantastic to have you here today with us. Thank you for all your time and in particular for your insights. I'm looking forward to see all these things come to life in the coming months and looking forward for the opportunity to do this in person maybe at some point in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aser. It's been a real pleasure to be with you today, and I appreciate the invitation to participate and appreciate the partnership with Google.